So I just got out of the shower. That's why I'm literally only showing my eyes. But I walked into my room and look what I saw. Hey, Marty. But I just feel awkward changing in front of him. Does anyone else feel awkward like that, changing in front of your dog? Like, it's probably me because, like, dogs don't know. But it's like, I swear he kind of looks at me differently. He's like... So I'm going to my closet. And I'm just going to close my closet door and change in here because I feel more private. Today's Monday and I have my follow-up appointment from my MRI and my blood work with my primary care doctor. That's at 3:15 today. I have a lot of working to do. I'm not feeling too great, honestly. Like, I'm super anxious about this follow-up appointment. I know I'm going to be going to a endocrinologist, but like, I don't really know what's gonna happen, and I hate not knowing what's gonna happen. This video is gonna be pretty dedicated to pituitary tumor stuff, just because I want to like be very open and share with like friends and family who have no idea what's going on with me. I've had this tumor for about 4 years now. I got diagnosed when I was 17, so 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, so I guess 5 years now. When I turned 18, I was pretty sneaky as far as like treatment and everything goes. I was on medication, but the medication made me feel so bad that I was hiding the medication and literally throwing it away. Looking back, obviously, is very dumb because here I am at square one, but I was only 17. It was so much for me. I was graduating high school. There was so much that was going on at that time that it just was like so stressful for me, and it made the most sense. I know it doesn't make sense now, and I get a little emotional talking about it because it made the most sense then to just throw it away. That's the thing I'm battling with the most, is like, what if? Where would I have been if I just took the pill? Like, just took my medication. But I don't want this to be a sad video because it's not sad. Like, I'm not, you know, they didn't tell me, hey, you have this much time to live. I'm just like really frustrated with myself more than anything about this situation. You know, it is pretty serious. Like, it's a very serious situation. A lot of people are affected by this. And for some reason, I am one of the 10% of people with pituitary tumors. So, whoop whoop. This all happened because around that time, I was going through a lot of emotional stuff. Like, you know, nothing in particular was happening. I just was, everything was overwhelming for me. Everything was too much for me to handle. And I very well thought that I had bipolar disorder because I just knew that this was not normal. Like, for somebody to feel, you know, very high and then very low and then just, you know, cry about a bunch of different things. Like, I genuinely thought I had a mental, like, health problem. I just didn't feel normal for me. Like, I just felt like there was something wrong. So I talked to my mom and, you know, my dad, and they were putting me in therapy because I was going through some other things at the time that we all thought was, you know, mental health related. We found a study in Temecula. We got something in the mail, actually, or I think my mom heard about it. I'm not exactly sure how it came about, but there was a study happening, and it was basically for teens who had been self-harming and had been diagnosed with depression and anxiety. And woohoo, I fit that criteria. I went, you know, to this study and I did the whole thing. I talked to the therapist, they took my blood work, and then, you know, I left. That follow-up appointment, you know, they did want me to come back, obviously, for my results of my blood work because they were going to put me on a medication. The follow-up appointment went nothing like I had planned. After that appointment, I mean, obviously, like, a lot changed. Obviously, having mental health problems is super complex and super hard, and that is a very difficult diagnosis to deal with in itself. But this just didn't, I was not prepared. I was not expecting something like this. It was just so random. So basically, I go in and they end up telling me, hey, you know what, like, you're not going to be fit for this study. In your blood work, we found that your hormone levels are actually very off. We definitely recommend that you go talk to your doctor and get this figured out. And we're like, what? Like, excuse me? So from there, obviously, I think my mom was way more scared than I was. I really didn't even understand what that meant. I didn't really wasn't prepared for what that meant. I didn't know, you know, that a hormone imbalance could even be that big of a deal. I figured it would just be like a super simple fix and we would be like done and I would be healed and I would feel better and everything would be great. Yeah, no. Shortly after that appointment, my mom made another appointment with my doctor. She told them everything that happened and they took my levels and they realized that I was very, very high with my levels of prolactin. Prolactin is a hormone that you secrete normally during pregnancy for women. It's pretty common, you know, that women have levels of prolactin, I think anywhere between like 20 to 50 when they're not pregnant, but don't quote me on that. I'm not a doctor, obviously. I don't know all the technicalities of it. And even men, you know, I think they have levels from like 5 to like 10. You know, so it's just like a normal hormone that we produce, but it's even more so when you're pregnant. And that is actually the hormone that makes you produce breast milk. So, surprise, surprise, I had never really noticed that, but my doctor, you know, decided to be like, hey, like, it would be pretty common for this to happen. So, you know, they did a little thing and I was like, this is very uncomfortable. Like, I don't even get it. So from there, that doctor had me go to an endocrinologist, and an endocrinologist is basically a doctor for the endocrine system, and the endocrine system is, you know, really important for your hormones and things like that. I went to the endocrinologist and he said, hey, you know, I don't want to scare you, but we're going to do a protocol. Normally when there's high levels of prolactin, there is a tumor on the pituitary gland. I don't know, it was like really weird and we were like, what? Like I could have a tumor? And he said, well, you know, the good news is we can't see it through your eyes. That means it's not affecting your optic nerve, but we have to get an MRI. So this was the first of my 3 MRIs that I've had. It's super creepy. You're just like sitting in this giant machine that's making noises and your head is like locked in a cage and you're like, okay, this is gonna take an hour, but like, what the heck? This is so creepy. So we got the MRI back. You know, I went to the doctor and he ended up telling me I did have a mass, a small mass. At the time, it was a microadenoma is what he called it. And a microadenoma is anything under 10 millimeters, which is anything under 1 centimeter. I don't remember the size that it was at the time. I'm still in the process of getting my medical records from my pediatric, like, well, because that's the thing. So technically I was 17 at the time. So this was all happening with like my pediatrician and a pediatric endocrinologist, and everything was happening with like pediatricians. But now I'm 22 and I obviously can't go to a pediatrician and I don't have the same insurance that I had before. So I just have to get all of that information and we're still in the process of getting it. It's actually a lot harder than you thought. Like I thought, you know, hey, it's my file, look it up, send it to me. But like, I don't know, there's this whole thing right now. But anyway, so I don't remember exactly the size. I don't remember my exact prolactin levels, but I do know that he did say it was a microadenoma. And fast forward to today, well, not today, but to 2018, on March 15th, I had my MRI, and a few days prior to that, I had my blood work. I got my MRI back and, you know, they told me the results and I now have a macroadenoma. It is exactly 1 centimeter, so it does classify as a macroadenoma. Which is a little scary because you think micro, macro, like micro is like small, macro is big, like this is getting bigger because before it was a micro. I don't know the exact size, but like if it was a micro and now it's macro, like I can do the math, it's bigger. I don't know, obviously it's not substantially bigger, it's only at that 1 centimeter, but I don't even remember how big it was before, so I don't know how rapidly this thing is growing. So hopefully I should find that out soon. It's definitely a really crazy thing. I feel like I forgot to mention too, and I feel like I'm not very good at explaining this whole thing, but most pituitary tumors are benign, which means that they are not, or wait, benign? Benign. Is that the word? Okay, so it is. So that means that they're not cancerous and they're not gonna really, you know, cause death, but they do cause a lot of problems. I'm not about to do what I did 5 years ago and just let it go and just sweep it under the rug and not talk about it because that's not healthy. And that's another thing, like this whole thing, like the whole pituitary tumor thing affects my reproductive system. So that was a main reason that I didn't take my medication, was because my brain and my thoughts got the best of me and I was like, what the heck? Like if I take medication, this medication is telling me that I probably will be sterile if I take it for more than 5 years. But also like if I don't get my periods, I will probably be sterile. So like there's no win situation in that situation and I can't control what's gonna happen. So I just decided like, what the heck, here I am, like I'm gonna do what I have to do and just get it over with. Hopefully this video made sense. I kind of felt like I was rambling all over the place, and I just kind of wanted to talk and sit down and just kind of fill everybody in on what's been going on with my health situation, because I'm sure a lot of you already kind of knew what was going on, and maybe you wondered what had happened, or maybe some of you are like completely shocked and like, oh my god, what the heck, Carrissa, I didn't even know you had this. I just feel like instead of being ashamed, instead of being embarrassed, instead of feeling like I'm going to be a burden on people when they find out that I have this illness or disorder, I want to like take that and I want to feel better about it and just almost not be proud of it, because obviously like why would you be proud of like a tumor, but like I just kind of want to like share it, be as open as I can with people, and not have people be like afraid of this thing that's happening to me, and not have it sweep it under the rug, because that's, where did that get me in the past? That got me right back to square one. So just want to be really honest. I want to share, and hopefully, you know, if you're going through this, if you stumbled upon this video and you wanted somebody to relate to, or, you know, you wanted to know what's going on with somebody else who's having this, then hopefully I'm able to help you. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So I'm here in the car with my mom. Hey. Hey. We actually just got here. My appointment's at 3:15. It's 3:08, and I know they like you to be there like 15 to 20 minutes early. But we've just been so busy like with work. I was like talking about how it was gonna be a chill Monday with work, but then like I feel like I cursed us because now we've been busy. But it's good to be busy because that means money, and money is good. That's the whole point of business. So right? That's the whole point of business. So like you can't really complain about being busy. That's like what you want. You want to be a busy business. So I don't know. Okay. I don't want to go in there. I really don't. I'm having a really hard time. I don't want to go in there. I feel really uncomfortable, really just anxious about this whole thing, but I just have to force myself to do it. I just make it harder on myself, I feel like, huh? Yeah. Okay. So I'm in the doctor's office now. They just took my weight, blood pressure, temperature. Is that your vitals?
Yes.
Yeah, just took my vitals. There's specifically a sign. I'm afraid. Okay, they have a sign right there. It says no recording, but I'm a rebel. But it looks like they took a lot of different tests. Like they tested me for diabetes. They tested me for like my thyroid, all my thyroid stuff, all my hormones, my prolactin levels, gonorrhea. Like gonorrhea. So yeah, we got the results. Pretty much got everything that I already knew. Man, it's just this like weird thing. I thought I was gonna come in and like get like all this information, but I totally forgot that the medical field sucks. Like you have to do everything. You have to go to one doctor, they have to refer you here. Like everybody's got to make their piece of the money. So like we have to just take it little by little, and it's so annoying. They did find my levels from my prolactin and my MRI results from 2013, so 5 years ago. My levels were testing at 80. I'm now at 257, so it is significantly different. You can do the math. And then as far as sizing, she didn't want to tell me the exact sizes, but from my calculations, it sounds like it doubled in size. Like, that's what it sounds like. Isn't that what it sounds like?
Yeah. But she didn't want to quote it because she said she wanted you to talk to the specialist instead.
Right. But I got the results and I got the information, and I ended up getting the MRI results as well. And they're so confusing to read. Like everything is so scientific. But from what I understand, there's like a slight, like, they said deviation. So kind of like a separation basically from my pituitary stalk on the bottom left area where my tumor would be. And then also my tumor is on the left side, and I totally forgot it was on the left side. I thought it was on the left side because that's where I get most of my headaches, but you know, I wasn't sure if like that's how my brain worked. But yeah, left side, this is where my tumor is basically. Well, not right here, but somewhere over here. I don't really know. It's not really too exciting. I mean, it's not like the information that I wanted to get. I definitely want things to move a lot faster, but like I said, this whole thing is just a big process where I just have to be super patient and just like suck it up and just go to each appointment. So that's what I'm doing. But other than that, I think, what are we gonna do right now, Mom?
We're just gonna wait and see until.
No, what are we gonna do right now? So we made it to get pho. Look at this food. Just mix it away.
Yummy goodness.
We're just like so ready to eat. This is so exciting. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. I'm so excited. We're like devouring everything right now. Golden hour, as they say. But I just look like a red tomato. Like, why does everyone look so beautiful at golden hour? This is not working for me. Sweet. My dad just started a bonfire. The sun's not even down yet, so that's like awesome. That fire gets aggressive with the wind, Dad. Too many times I feel like these little embers catch onto a blanket and catch on fire. Like, I mean, I've never personally seen it, but I feel like it's a thing that happens. Oh my gosh. Back, you foul beast, but also get closer because I'm really cold. But like not too close because then you like pat me in the face. My dad and I are gonna go to Michael's to go buy some canvases, maybe some paints, just because my family's been really into just like painting lately, but we're not very good. We're just kind of like having fun with it. Look, it's us.
Check it out.
What? Whoa, no, look at that one, Dad.
Yeah, how much?
Well, look at these ones over here. These are crazy. We're getting a little carried away now.
Come on, Patty.
What?
Don't think that we can't paint something that big.
Dude,
Yes,
oh look, these are kind of cooler. These ones right here. You could do like a nice piece this way. Mom could. I feel like every time I'm in a Michael's. Oh wait, Dad, wait. Before we go, I want to get a tiny little, pot. A little terracotta pot. And some yarn. Okay. I'm gonna make a tiny little, like pot holder for my, what do you call it? I'm not even speaking correctly. I'm gonna make a little plant to hang in my car. I think it'll be so cute. Marty, my dog scared me. I didn't know you were in here. He followed me because I'm eating a breadstick from Olive Garden. Oh my god. Right now, I'm just gonna go watch The Voice with my family. I might end up painting, but I'll probably be posting most of that on Snapchat. So if you want to see that, definitely give me a follow on there and the rest of my social media. Also, subscribe if you want to be my friend. I actually really enjoyed making this vlog. For this being like my first vlog back in a while, I feel like really comfortable posting it, even though this is kind of like really honest, really vulnerable. But this is just kind of like what I've been going through, and I just feel like it'd be fun to share. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching.